Welcome to all of you out there, dear astrology friends. Welcome to another video with me, Veerle. And this video is all about the new moon in Leo. The new moon in Leo on around at about the 24th of July, depending where you are living, of 2025. So before I'm talking about the new moon, very quickly, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the likes and all the subscriptions and all the readings that you're ordering and the comments that you're doing. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. And I have for 1 week, starting from today. Today we are today the 11th of July. So 1 week up until the 18th of July, I'm going to have a promotion of, and it's a very, very interesting one. It's about one question. So ask me one question, whether it is, I'm always falling for the wrong guy. Why is that? What is the pattern here? Or I'm just stuck in a rut when it comes to my job. What is going on here? Any question that you have, I'm going to do a reading on it, a 15-minute reading. And it's, I'm going to look at many charts, actually. I'm going to look at, because I want to have an overall view, I'm going to look at the solar returns, I'm going to look at the transits, progressions, you name it. Click on the link below if you want to know more. I know this marketing thing, you need to do that at the end of the video, but I don't care, because otherwise I will forget. Anyway, let's go back to Leo, about self-expression. What an interesting new moon this is. So every time around the year, we have that new moon in Leo. And this one is at 2 degrees of Leo. So the sun will be at 2 degrees and the moon will be at 2 degrees of Leo. And it's always, new moons are always new starts. It's like a planting of the seed. It's a new beginning, but it's also an ending. So an ending of what was, and now a new beginning, so we can start all fresh all over again. And of course, this is Leo, and this is in general. I'm going to get to the signs in a minute, but where this is happening for you in your chart, in what area of life this is happening. But in general, this is all about the heart chakra. This is all about self-expression in a very positive way. This is about the start of new love, the start of love, the start of enjoyment, the start of new starts of having fun, new ways of doing a project, starting a business, doing something that has to do with your creativity, and all of this good, juicy stuff, right? It's being inspired. And because you feel very much aligned with the divine, you feel that you can express something and share to others. Leo, and people tend to forget that, is a very loyal sign and a very warm sign. When it's, healthy, it shares its warmth. It's a fire sign and it shares its warmth to other people. And therefore, it's very, very loyal as well. And it's not just the entertainer, right? The fifth house, what Leo is representing, is not only performance in the stage. Yes, for people who are in the creative and artistic worlds, this is a very nice energy. But for all of us, this is really talking to our hearts. And that is a beautiful thing for sure, because this is about love, right? Now, of course, as every sign, so does Leo have a couple of traits that are a bit of a challenge. And every sign has a pitfall. The pitfall of the Leo is drama. It's drama, it's pride, it's selfishness, right? It's you only taking into consideration yourself and not being, it's the opposite of the 11th house or Aquarius energy that is all about, being aligned with people that are like-minded and so on. So it's a bit selfish. It can be selfish. It can be also very, I'm the boss and it's my way or the highway. But that, of course, is when there's unhealthy energy, unhealed energy going on. Now, speaking about drama, this is not just a new moon in Leo. This is a very strong Plutonian new moon because it opposes exactly Pluto in Aquarius in its opposite sign. So we have that beautiful new start there of creativity and of joy and enjoyment and of the heart and of love, but it opposes Pluto in Aquarius, and it's exact. It is also helped by something else. I mean, that same new moon in Leo is also helped by a beautiful trine energy, which is flow with Saturn and Neptune. I'll talk about that in a minute, but let's talk about this opposition to Pluto first and foremost. So you could say that this Leo thing has an opposition always means a challenge. It always means also oppositions means other people that are involved. So, and we know that Pluto is the most challenging planet of all, but when we face it, it's the most rewarding as well. So there is definitely a new beginning here that is Plutonian new beginning. And what is Pluto? Let us have a look at that. What is Pluto? What are the themes of Pluto? Pluto only wants one thing, and it's to cut out what is not authentic, what is hidden, and to bring it up, what is hidden, what causes a lot of energy. If you hide something, it demands energy, doesn't it? You can't talk about it because, it demands energy. But Pluto wants to eliminate that. And it wants to cut it out. It wants the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And it wants clarity, it wants purification, and it wants authenticity. So this is a huge opportunity to cut that out of our lives, that the things that are not real, that are not true, it's not going to be easy with the sun opposite Pluto, with the moon opposite Pluto, to pretend. It's actually going to really invite us to be real and to be true. And for some people, they love this and they will applaud it. And other people, they will run away. They will put their head in the sand and wait until the storm is over, so to speak. So the best thing always you can do with the weather forecast is to go with the weather and to accept it and acknowledge it, because then it's going to be easier for sure. So what does this new moon represent? It represents a new beginning, but one that is of cutting out the old and bringing in so that it makes room for the new. It's, yes, that beautiful story of the phoenix rising out of the ashes, but we tend to forget a lot. But people think, oh, Pluto is fantastic, yeah, it's a transformation, but people tend to forget first you have to let go of something, which is the surrender part, right? People who have strong Pluto in their chart, a sun with Pluto or a moon with Pluto, they will know that the thing that they fear the most, it's going to be in their face. It's going to be in their face so that you can eliminate it and that you are transformed, that you are a new person. So it's a typical thing that in an opposition, we will meet this through situations, through other people. And the one thing you don't want to do is to point a finger towards the other person. They are controlling. They are manipulative. They are cis and they are so. Is that an expression? It isn't. But anyway, they are like this and they are like that. If you're doing that, you're not learning anything. The only thing that you're doing is judging, which, if you remember a video I once made about the drama triangle, is still a very weak position. It's the best position of the three positions of the drama triangle, but it's still a weak position. So when one finger points to another, remember 3 fingers point towards you. So this is absolutely about introspection, but through another person or through a situation, for sure. People who were born with Sun Pluto aspects or Moon Pluto aspects, in their life, they are here to learn this. They call it shadow work. They call it like something in the external world is shown to you. It seems to be very toxic, But the thing is not to try to control others, not to try to manipulate others, not to try to force it, but to look within. What can you do? And that is the transformation. I'll give you an example of this Plutonian energy because it forces you to look in the mirror. It forces you to look at yourself. It's so in your face. And this is why people with a Sun Pluto, for instance, they are a very good psychologist without even studying, what is it? In Belgium, it's 5 years to study psychology. They are naturals. They kind of see through the soul. They know what's going on at the core, not the surface, but at the core, why this pattern is going on. So make use of this energy to look in the mirror. And when it's dark and shadow, instead of saying, it's not me, it's them, say to yourself, okay, I'm just human. How can I learn from this? And what is it saying about me? And who do I want to be? The Sun, Pluto, who do I want to be? Who is the person that I want to be? Again, I give you an example. Let's say a relationship. You're having this in the first house and the seventh house of relationships. So when you have Leo energy in you or Aquarius energy, and you're saying that other person is controlling me. They want me to stop to smoke, and they want me to get to work, and I'm fine. I don't have to work, whatever it is. And you're complaining and complaining. So you're playing in the drama, basically. Instead of stopping, you better stop with judging that other person and looking within. Do you want to be with a person who judges you all the time? Or has that put your ego aside, which is very much a Sun Pluto thing, put your ego aside, and are they right? Are they correct? Could you do a little bit more? Could you work? Could you stop smoking? Do you want that? Is that the person who you want to be? If the answer is no, fine. Then you have to think about, is this interesting for me to stay with this person? So it really forces you to be accountable for your own luck. And in Leo, this is your joy. And this is, it could be brought up by a crisis because Pluto is a very crisis kind of planet. But remember, in the Chinese, the sign of crisis is also like, transformation. Because first sometimes need to break down before you can build up in a better way. But it's never going to be like before again. There's no way back. That's Pluto. It cuts down, but it's not, I'm going to get back to the relationship. No. Although we do have a Mercury retrograde going on also in Leo during this opposition. But still, with Pluto, it's a lot about, look, this is going to be the consequences. Can you take it or leave it? And so it's really a call for purification, a call for balance, for things that are out of balance, that are getting toxic, to restore it. See it like that. Although if it would have been a trine, it would be easy peasy. It would be, fluently going. But an opposition means that, it's a challenge. But when you go through it and you're not running away from it and you're facing it and you're changing because of it, then you can really step into your power. So this is all about taking back your power. A lot of people don't understand how much power they have. They, and I sense that a lot with, sometimes clients as well. Like, this is not happening. I've written 3 to 4 letters this week and I'm not getting another job. And I'm waiting. That is so much giving your power away. Plutonian energy is turning adversities around. Like, let's say this example. This is happening in your 10th house, for instance, of career. And you're having the bills and they're adding up. And you're getting fired. And you're trying to, write a letter or 2, 3, and they're all saying no, no, no. And you've got this opposition. You can do 2 things. You can be the victim. Playing the victim is absolutely not going to work in this energy. It's going to make you more horrible, feel more horrible. But Pluto is actually testing you even more than Saturn. Saturn is peanuts with Pluto. Pluto is really about, hey, how strong are you? Get empowered. Get in touch with your own power. Sun opposite Pluto, Moon opposite Pluto. Get in touch with your own fears, with your emotional fears, and accept them and go break them. Do what you are most fearful of. So maybe in that example, you could say, hey, wait. Instead of thinking in scarcity, which is the negative side of Pluto, it's control, and especially Moon opposite Pluto. These people are very fearful, of all this is not going to happen and this may not happening, but they forget to see the good. So don't fall into that trap. Say, okay, it's there. Maybe I'm 55 years old and I'm out of a job, but hey, I only need one. That's the transformation that I'm talking about. I only need one job. And I'm going to do my best. And you know what? I'm going to be passionate about it. Pluto, sending out passion. I'm going to be passionate about it. And you know what? I'm going to make it that this new job that is out there, that I just have to align myself with, I'm going to make sure that it's going to pay better, that it's going to be nicer. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you, universe, that you have cut out that old job that I might have liked just because it was familiar. That's the attitude I invite you to take during this opposition of this new moon opposite Pluto. It's, again, a challenging one, but if you know how it works, you can get on that Plutonian transformation and then becomes the Phoenix. You don't become just the Phoenix by just staying same old. It demands courage. And we all have that. It's about the belief in the self as well. Sun opposite Pluto. It's the belief in the self and in your identity and the change of that, the transformation of that. And before you know it, you go out there, you talk about it, that you're looking for a job, and you move, you do, and you surrender. You say, God, you know what the best, and you believe in that karmic energy. But you do your thing. You write the letters. Maybe you're writing the letters to the wrong companies, so maybe you're writing letters to other companies, and you go to some invitations or whatever it is. You put yourself out there. And before you know it, you're going to have something. Because Pluto always rewards this kind of attitude. It does. So Pluto is deep. It's not like a Uranus opposite the new moon, because that would be like, bang, things shift. But with Pluto, it's from within. It's really, and in this case, it's through introspection. It's already something that we know a long time that is no longer suiting us. We know it, and it's that process. And with the Mercury retrograde also at 13 degrees in Leo around that time of the new moon, we are really reassessing what we love. Check out the Mercury retrograde video that I made if you haven't done already. So it's time for some truth. It's time to take your power back. My goodness me, it's time for realness, authenticity. So don't give in to fear. Don't give in to manipulation, trying to force something towards you. Let's say you're having this in a relationship area, or maybe in the friend area. You're having this new moon in your 11th house in Leo. Then you would be Libra energy. And you're trying, you feel like a friend is their energy is fading away. You feel like you're doing all the work and it's ending this friendship. And instead of being forceful and trying to manipulate things towards what you think is the truth, your ego wants because it wants to hold on, let it go, surrender, and see what happens. And focus on you and focus on new connections. And you will see there will be more aligned with your energy in the end. Anyways, let's have a look at the signs and do a lot of self-reflection and kind of step out of the ego conflicts, because power struggles are very common with the sun and moon opposite Pluto. So you are warned. If you're struggling with that, watch that video of the drama triangle that I made. If you're typing in YouTube, drama triangle. Sometimes I get these comments like, where is that video? Oh my goodness. I don't want to be that YouTuber that spoils their people like, babies. Go and find it if you really want to do it. You said, that's also Pluto, be responsible for your own growth. Be responsible. Take accountability. I could go on and on. I'm a Sun Pluto person. So, natally, it's on my midheaven. So, yeah, I think I'm a good example of how you turn around adversities. My goodness me, from a young age. But anyway, it makes you stronger. It definitely does. So it makes you stronger. And this is the goal of this beautiful new moon opposite Pluto. It wants to make you stronger. But that doesn't work with you sitting in the couch and watching Netflix all day. Sometimes that's a fun thing to do, by the way, but you know what I mean. Let's get into it. Very shortly for the 12 signs. Oh, I forgot another thing. So this is opposing Pluto, but we are getting help. We are getting help. So I'm going to look at the 12 signs where this is falling in your chart, where it opposes Pluto, but also we have the beautiful trine, the sun and the moon in Leo at 2 degrees, trining beautifully, Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Saturn is at 1 degree of Aries and Neptune at 2 degrees of Aries. So this is also an exact trine of help. Saturn and Neptune in Aries is all about doing something new, pioneering, bold, but staying with the feet on the ground and having a vision. Remember, Saturn-Neptune conjunction, the dream coming true. So we have that beautiful long-term energy here because the sun and the moon are trining Saturn. The sun and the moon are also trining Neptune, which also means if you go with the flow and you do your thing, you're getting there. You get it. So this is the support basically that you're going to feel. So I'm going to look at that as well. Anyway, let's go through the 12 signs. First of all, Aries. This is very beautiful for you, dear Aries. Why? Because Leo is a fellow fire sign. So this is happening in your 5th house of self-expression, of new projects. It's good to start a new business. And you have that Saturn Neptune in your sign. So you're very much with the feet on the ground, but at the same time with a big plan. And what can hold you back is the 11th house, where Pluto is, where the power is. So you could be dealing with friendships that are a bit of a power struggle there going on. It could also mean associations that you belong to that you want to cut out because they're no longer suiting you. And it's a bit heavy to do that. It's not something really you want to do, but that is necessary in order for you to have that new beginning in Leo in your 5th house. It certainly can mean love as well. So there could be a team of friendship, lover, and that is the thing that you have to go through to, notwithstanding the fact there is fear of losing this person, you can no longer hide this stuff, right? Sometimes, that happens, that you have feelings for a friendship or they have feelings for you. And you kind of balance between the truth and telling it, but also knowing that the relationship will shift if you're doing that. That is certainly also a theme for the Aries people. On another level, this is about children. So there could be also a thought of wanting children, or there is something, an ending and a new beginning with a child as well. And it opposes Pluto in the 11th house, so it could have a conflict with your goals, or you have to let go of a goal or adapt one and have a new goal. It could also mean that you want to start something creative, like maybe a web shop or something, but what scares you is being in the public, social media and whatnot. I mean, these days, I don't know how people are doing it, but it is possible, of course. It always is possible. But that might scare you. And maybe that is something that you have to face, that doing it anyways and starting somewhere. But whatever it is for you, dear Aries people, this is all about you enjoying yourself. And it could also mean that because you're starting a hobby or a new hobby, or maybe a hobby that you pick up that you did a long time ago because of the Mercury retrograde, There is some transformation in the friendships. There is some transformation in the groups of people that you align yourself with. Anyway, Taurus, this new moon is in your deepest point of your chart, the 4th house. So this is squaring to your energy. So this is a bit of a challenge for you. This is a bit of a challenge because Pluto is opposing you, that energy in your 4th house of Leo in the 10th house. So this could be power struggles at work, and the balance between home and work, for instance, could also mean that you're dealing with a bit of an ego at your work, right? But it prompts you to think about your emotional security and to think about, what can I do in this situation? If I have a boss who is bossing me around all of the time, it's no use to help him change, or her. So I have to change within. I have to deal better with this in a different way and emotionally become more, you could say, independent, and but also very true. So there is also a new beginning around home, literally. So you could be dealing with changes of home, transformations at home, and homework that you might, for instance, go live in another place because of work, and that demands this this balance, this recreating of a balance. Whatever it is, there is beautiful energy towards this new moon in the 4th house from the 12th house, where Saturn and Neptune is. This is you understanding your patterns, you understanding your blind spots, you knowing that every now and then you have to relax and sit back and give yourself a break. So that is definitely one of those energies that can help you. But all in all, a new beginning in your emotional state and also in your living environment. Geminis, this is beautiful for you because this forms a sextile to this Leo energy in your 3rd house. So a new beginning in the 3rd house is a new beginning in your communication. It is also a new beginning in the way that you communicate and that you want to, the way that you think. It can also be a new thing that you're going to learn, a skill that you're going to learn. But it opposes Pluto in the 9th. So a belief system needs to be brought down, and so that you have a new belief system. For instance, let's say that you want to study something and you're saying, hey, but I'm too old. That is a belief system. If you are, let's say, 40 years old and you think that you're too old to learn, that's a belief system that might be ready to skip it and to have a new belief system that says you're never too old to learn, for instance, and you're starting with this new workshop or whatever it is that you want to do. The 3rd house is something very practical, something, I'm thinking of the hands as well, something that you want to learn there. Could be that. On another level, it's also a very social house. It's a social house because the 3rd house is your environment. So it's literally your neighbors, it's your siblings. So there could be a new beginning there. It could be that there is fear involved and there is power struggles involved between what they think, what you think, and it can be totally different and totally, so mind the ego struggles. But there is a chance of, when you break through these ego struggles, there is a chance of a new beginning. It's going to be more real and going to be more authentic. What can help you is Saturn, Neptune in your 11th house in Aries, which is friendships. A friendship can help you, but also a new goal for the future, or a goal that you're working on can help you with this. Cancerians, this new moon is happening in your 2nd house. And that is first of all, a financial house. So there could be new beginnings when it comes to your money, and a new start, so to speak, of improvement and of trying to have a better financial stability and situation. But this opposes Pluto in the 8th. So this is other people's money. So when you are living together with someone and you share resources, there can be a power struggle. They want this, you want that, and so on. So the trick is here to not fall for those power struggles and to go really within and what you can do in this situation, and be very real and authentic, right? To be very blunt, real, and authentic. And then you also have the help of Saturn and Neptune in the 10th house. So work, career, and focusing on that as well, that can help you out. And also a parent, if it's not work, can help you out as well. Whatever it is, this is a new beginning around not only money. The second house is also your value. So it's your values against another person's value. If you're not living together with a spouse or a girlfriend, boyfriend, then this can be a business partner that you have to sort out stuff here. And but also this can mean returns on investments. It can also mean deep psychological stuff like intimacy, your worth. How do you feel worthy in a relationship? And the transformation of, if you're not vulnerable, if you're not telling the truth, you can't have a real relationship. How can you have a real relationship when you're not being vulnerable, right? When you're scared of doing so, and you can't really demand it from another person if you can't do it either. So a lot of deep stuff here going on for the Cancerians. But beautiful, if they can break through this, it's definitely making you stronger on a confident level. Leos, of course, the whole intro is for you. This is your new moon, and what an important one. And this is very much focused on your relationships. The first house, yes, it's your life path. So it is relationships, work, it's everything. But because it's opposing Pluto in the 7th, this is all about power struggles with people. So if you are in a relationship, something can come up here. And although it's not always nice, because it's Pluto after all, there is this possibility of clearing the air and of a new start you fear it probably, but it's going to be more authentic. So watch out for those power games, those games of control and manipulation, either that you are doing it to them or they are doing it to you. You don't have to say, oh yes, I'm feeling trapped here. I know it's hard and challenging, but now is a time where you can bring up things for sure, and so that you can use this crisis, if it is a crisis for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but when it is, use it in your advantage so that you can clear the air and you can start again fresh, either without each other or with each other, but with a more authentic energy from the heart, which is ultimately what this is all about. If you're single, it could mean that someone you feel very drawn towards, and you have given your power away to them, right? So you're trying to manipulate yourself so that they see you, for instance, or you're trying to maneuver yourself in a way that they like you. Watch out for that, because that is not authentic. Maybe it's going to work a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, but one day it will come out. What starts with seduction ends with destruction, they say. The trine of Saturn and Neptune is in your 9th house. So go out if you can, go for a trip. Yes, Mercury is retrograde. So make sure that, yes, you might have to readjust something during the trip, but take with you a couple of books so that you're not getting bored at all. But this might, and also your belief system, your connection with the divine can really truly help you with this relationship opportunity. Challenge, yes, but also opportunity. Could mean also starting a new relationship. Virgos, this is happening in the background of your chart, which is your 12th house. So this is a new moon of a house that is your subconscious, which is like an ending and a new beginning. And it opposes Pluto in your 6th house, which is the Virgo house, which is your day-to-day life. So there's something about your day-to-day life that needs to go with Pluto. Don't resist it. It could be a routine that you're doing and that is not working anymore, that you very much cling to. It could be a work, a job that you want to shift in some sort of way, or that is shifting anyways. And this new moon is like a release energy. It's a lot about releasing old energy, releasing old karma for sure, releasing old patterns for you that were no longer suiting you, fears that were hidden and that you're tackling now and that you let go of, so that you have this fresh new feeling of, I can relax now. Now that that is gone, I was attached to it because that's Pluto. But maybe it's a job. For others, it's going to be a certain routine, a certain thing that they're doing day by day. For other people, it's health as well. There's something about health that is transforming in a way. So go deep, go and look for if there's something with your health. Of course, do the classical stuff, go to the doctor and so on, but also do the more Plutonian way, which is going deep, which is on a soul level. And especially in Aquarius, also use a bit of alternative medicine, like, or, going to a chiropractor, or that is called in Belgium alternative. I know in America it is way different, but do something like maybe acupuncture, so that you can release those old patterns. It's very healing energy for you, Virgos. And what is going to help you is Saturn, Neptune in the 8th. So another water house, and it's again the 8th house is the house of transformation. So it's almost like the understanding of deep psychological stuff. Also a money house. So there could be a windfall that has to do with money that you don't have to work for. That's the 8th house. Money that you get from your spouse, for instance, or an inheritance or something like that. Librans, this is happening in your 11th house. This is nice because it's a sextile to your energy, which means flow. This new beginning in the 11th house is there to give you this new, fresh beginning around friendships, around social media. If you have a business of your own, for instance, to have a new way of income, because the 11th house is the second house of the 10th house if you have your own business. And it's also your goals, maybe a new goal that is emerging here, or another goal that was very much linked with your creativity because it opposes Pluto, that needs to go and that is ready for a new one. So this opposition to Pluto in your 5th house is all about, that almost that fear of being real, that fear. And Librans tend to have that a lot, that fear of being authentic. Why? Librans, they say a lot that Librans can be very hypocrite or whatever. That is a negative pitfall side of the sign. Like every sign has a pitfall. But if you deal with it in a healthy way, you recognize it. You recognize it that, that pleasing side of you, that fear of abundance, that is what this is all about. That you've got your own back, right? You've got your back. You are your best cheerleader. So with Pluto in the 5th, there's transformation on a love level as well. There could be a romance that is linked to your friendship as well, or a friendship that you want to take to the next level. But then there is the fear of, what about the friendship, right? But it is to be very real and authentic. That is the best thing to go for, because it's going to help you to open up horizons and new paths that are way better for you and way more authentic. So it's about the surrendering of the heart almost. It's also power struggles with lovers, right? So be aware of that. They're toxic, or be aware of that. You are also choosing to enable this toxic person then. It's all good and well to say they're toxic, but watch your mouth, right? You are enabling these people by keeping up with their energy. So there's a lot about purification of the heart. And also it could mean a fear of maybe a child is going through a big phase now. And when they're doing so, you've got this opportunity to go towards new goals as well, or new hobbies with friends, for instance, or things that you want to do with friends. And also when you work for yourself, this could mean that something, that is a bit of a risk there. but that you know if you know the consequence and you can deal with that consequence, it could mean like a new goal for your future. The help is in Saturn, Neptune in your 7th house. So the help is from another person. Could be your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, a mentor. Someone is helping you through this energy. Scorpios, this is in the top of your chart. This is very important for you because it's a square energy. So that means it's challenging, yes, but it's important. So there's like this new beginning at the top of your chart, which is a public kind of house. So first and foremost, it's career. So for a lot of you, this will have to do with career, a new career, a power struggle between your family and the career, and there has to be a new balance. Maybe you are working too much and you need to adjust a new job, for instance, or you're not working enough, too much time is spent to the family, and you don't feel good about yourself because you can't go out and about and, be your and give energy to the universe in a very public way. So there are shifts happening in big areas of your life. Also home, there could be a change of home, or something in the home is plutonic and it gives that tension. And with plutonic, I mean there could be buying a new home or rebuilding it, Pluto is a lot of drill, right? So there could be drilling in the home happening, and that kind of disturbs that career, or there is a new career emerging, and because you are shifting emotionally. So it's quite a lot, but it's beautifully supported by Saturn and Neptune in your 6th house. So do your routines, do your health routines, eat healthy, 3 meals a day. The better you do, that is going to help you with this kind of change, this deep internal shift that you're going through, that is going to show itself in your work and in the kind of work that you do. That is more from the heart. Could also be a project that you're doing, or a shift in connection with parents. Sagittarians, for you, you're the good one. From all the 12 signs, you're really, really having this in a beautiful way, this energy. Why? Because you are a fellow fire sign. So your Sagittarian fire energy trines with the Leo energy and trines with the Aries energy, where Saturn Neptune is. This is called in astrology a grand trine. So this is for you, even though it opposes Pluto. It opposes Pluto. We have to be honest here. And Pluto is in your 3rd house. So the only thing that can block you is your own mind, is your logical mind. The monkey mind, the thinking in scarcity, the thinking in fear, Pluto in the 3rd, right? Trying to control other people's thoughts, trying to manipulate them, trying to manipulate people around you in your neighborhood, neighbors, siblings, and so on. Don't fall for that. Fall for the strength and the power of your mind. There is a shift happening in your mind for sure with Pluto there. Pluto in the 3rd wants you to have an empowered mind, a mind that supports you in abundance, in this beautiful Aquarian abundance of opportunities, and there's enough for everyone, that kind of mindset. So that's going to be the challenge here, to keep on having that beautiful mindset. But it's also your superpower, the mind, right? And this is this new moon that I was talking about is in your 9th house. So this is travel, this is international affairs, this is publishing. So anything that has, even though I know Mercury is retrograde in your 9th house, I know, but you don't have to stop living when Mercury goes retrograde. And when you're traveling, know that, you might have a delay here or there. It's no big deal. And you might have to travel by car instead of by train, whatever. You can deal with this. You have so much beautiful trines going on here. So, but there's a new beginning when it comes to your 9th house, a new belief system, a strong belief system. And that might ask to let go of an old way of thinking that you say to yourself, the basics. The 3rd house is the the things that you say on a daily basis to yourself. That might go. That has to go. But there's a new mindset, a very strong belief system that is brand new, that gets the support of you, Sagittarius energy, and also the support of Saturn, Neptune in your 5th house, which is the house of the heart and the self-expression. So if you want to do something in the entertainment, great. If you want to do something expressing yourself in a way, like via YouTube, via social media, I see the 9th house also as social media because it connects people of all languages. And something, it can be a new creative thing there that you really love to do from the heart, right? And yeah, maybe an old belief system that you were thinking about and that you kind of lost somewhere is coming up again. It's a strengthening with the divine, for sure. It's beautiful. It's being inspired. It's traveling. It's going places. It's meeting new people, meeting a new love abroad, for instance, with this new moon, for sure. Capricorns, this is happening in your 8th house, this new moon in Leo. So this is a new start when it comes to deep psychological stuff, when it comes to your understanding of your own fears and your own blockages, because that's the 8th house is a shadow where we store all what we cannot process. It's the trauma house. There's like this new beginning because it's in opposition to Pluto. So in your 2nd house of self-worth. So this could be tested in the beginning by maybe something financial coming up. And you have to stay strong and believe very much in, oh my goodness, it's so easy to go into fear modus, like, oh, I'm going to lose everything, I don't have enough. But you're aware of it and you transform it. You say, like in the beginning of the video, thank you, Pluto. Thank you that I've lost that or I don't have that. It's time for something new. It's time for a new way of earning money, for instance, Pluto in the 2nd house. A new way of dealing with that. And the new moon in the 8th house means also a new beginning on the level of income of your spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend, or business partner. So there could be also something new emerging there. Watch out for power struggles, though, with other people. They want this, you want that, the power struggle of values. Don't try to change people, but stand your truth and be very real and authentic for sure, and do what you can do. It can also mean having an interest in the occult and studying that. That's also the 8th house. And the trine here for you is in your 4th house with Saturn and Neptune. So you can feel very much emotionally content and emotionally supported because of all of this. So that's really good as well. On another level, this is intimacy. So because of for instance, you have a new relationship and you're getting here a fear of, am I good enough? But that prompts you into being vulnerable. And you can experience true love and real love from the heart because of this vulnerability as well. Aquarians, this is so important. This new moon in your 7th house of relationships. A lot of what I said in the intro is for you. This is a lot about relationships. There is like an ending and a new beginning there for sure. And you have Pluto in your house, in the house. You have Pluto in your sign, which means that you are transforming. And also you are the clue. You are the clue of this transformation. And sometimes Pluto in the 1st house can make people very anxious because they want to hold on to the old. But once they understand that there is something higher guiding us and we are an element of the whole, yes, we have control and about some stuff, not all of it, but we have our say. Of course we do, but it's also about knowing this, of what we have in control or not. So it could prompt you into trying to be more controlling towards another person, for instance, when you're single or not another person, that you're trying to control too much, that you're trying to force things. Don't do that, because it shows your distrust to the universe and also towards the self. So trust the self, trust that universe. And if something is fading away, know that it's for the best. Say to yourself, okay, I cannot force this. if it's really meant for me, it will stay in my life, right? So this is for relationships, you know, if you're feeling that this is ending, there's a new beginning right next to it very soon and very much more authentic. If it's like I'm not in a relationship, this could mean a new start. Maybe the old you of being fearful of being intimate with another person and just of being fearful of relating and connecting for whatever the reason is. You could break through this fear and be vulnerable and do it anyway. And that is the start of this new connection and new relationship. The help that you're having is in the third house where Saturn, Neptune is. So your environment, your siblings, your communication, your talking about this is really helpful for you. So reach out to people that you know have your best interest. On another level, this could also mean business partners and clients. So there is a new clientele waiting for you. But first, there's something in you that needs to change first, right? So that you have to step aside. Or what I've also seen here is that people in a relationship, that not that they're gonna divorce or anything, but the relationship shifts of a big transformation for them. For instance, because a baby is coming and you shift and you're not going to be just you and the other person. It's got to be three of you now. And that shift prompts into a new connection, a new relationship with this person. You're going to see them as a parent, for instance, which is also a huge transformation. It's an old identity that is dying into a new identity. And there's no way back, right? Once you're a parent, you will always be that parent. Very interesting. And specifically, if you have planets in Aquarius around 0 to 5 degrees, you're really, really going to feel this one. And last but not least, the Pisceans. This is happening in your 6th house. This new beginning. There's a new beginning in the house of day-to-day work, day-to-day routines, your health, your literally your work as well. So for some of you, this could mean an ending and a new beginning of work. It opposes Pluto, though, in your 12th house of subconscious patterns. So there could be some fears that come up whilst you want to do an ending and a new beginning of a routine, or you want to do something for your health in a new way, or there is a new job that you want to look for. And all of a sudden, insecurities come up that you even didn't know that you had them still. And that is this Pluto, this cleaning up of old patterns that are no longer suiting you. So it could be something like that as well. But all in all, if you have people who work for you, this could also mean that there is power struggles with these people. You know, they're trying to, you need those people and they know it and they're trying to play games with you. Don't fall into that fear. Say, hey, I've got plenty of builders that can help me, or workers or whatever. I only need one. I'm not gonna let them walk all over me. Or the other way around, you're trying to force these people to do something that they cannot do anyways. So it could be that as well that is going on and comes up as a crisis, but you kind of work through this. But all in all, new routines, a very good time to start a new health routine. There could be something coming up as well with health that has to do with the heart. That, not that you're going to have diseases or anything, no, but things that you already know, because Pluto is about things that you already know. And now you're dealing with this in a beautiful way, in a way that you give attention to your heart, you know, in a gentle way and in a loving way. The best thing you can do for heart is love, is tapping into your own love towards the self. And having said that, a beautiful sentence, isn't it? I hope it is. I hope you think that as well. But anyways, that was this new beautiful, beautiful. I mean, quite the darkness is there, but the lightness can come for sure after that darkness with Pluto. Anyway, enjoy the new moon. Thank you so much for listening. Check out the promotion that I was talking about if you are interested. And all the best to you. Bye-bye.